Hello, my name is Margot and I'm a 26-year-old corporate employee. Yay! And even though working a 9 to 5 at a corporate office is super exciting and makes my heart race and makes my stomach flutter, I have been in dire need of a week off. So when I was planning my holiday and asking my boss if I could have this time off, I realized that I had never ever planned a single week off without planning a trip or going somewhere, taking a plane or a train or a bus and going somewhere and consuming stuff and buying a bunch of food and just exploiting my mental health battery, my physical battery, and also my wallet, because I always come back broke and not ready at all to go back to the office. So I thought, this time around, why not just stay at home and recharge my batteries by doing a mental health glow up? You heard it well, not a regular glow up. I'm not gonna go to the hair salon, I'm not gonna buy makeup or buy new clothes or do any of those kind of physical appearance related activities. I'm going to give myself a glow up of the mind, the spirit, and the heart. Now you might wonder, how is she going to do this? Well, I have not a single clue, but I have been doing some research on the topic. Like many of you, I have fond memories of using Google Scholar in my uni years for my thesis and other very cool and interesting projects. Channeling my inner PhD researcher and my inner internet sleuth, I wanted to know if there was any correlation between your mental health and the cleanliness of your home. So I found this super interesting article called How the Cleanliness or Messiness of Your Home Affects Your Mental, Spiritual, and Your Physical Health. The article states that there is an Indiana University study that found out that people who kept their houses clean and tidy were much more physically active and healthy than people with messy homes. Interesting. Now, the article mentions another study from 2010 in which they looked at about 30 spousal couples. And in those couples, the women that reported their houses to be more messy or cluttered had more depressed moods, but also had more shifts in cortisol levels. And cortisol level shifts are actually detrimental to our long-term health and our well-being. Now, last but not least, the article mentions a Princeton study that shows that people who work in a cluttered or messy space have it harder to focus on the task at hand. Now, I didn't know if this was enough for me to be 100% convinced, so I went to an even more academic approach. I looked at the Journal of Environmental Psychology, and there I found an extremely interesting article called Home and the Extended Self, exploring associations between clutter and well-being. Now, this article wasn't available to me to read for free on Google Scholar, but I did a bit of digging and I did find a website that offered it to me for free. But in the abstract, I was able to see that a general population sample of 1,111 women were used for the study, which is such an odd number. Now, the article is very, very long and detailed, of course, since it's an academic paper. But the most important thing that I picked up was that clutter and cleaning up your space is not considered a trivial thing in most households. It's actually quite important and vital to the way that we perceive our space and we perceive ourselves. But clutter is subjective. One person might find something cluttered, the other person might think it looks perfect as it is. The most interesting finding in the article, or in the whole study, was definitely that clutter in itself is not necessarily a negative thing. As long as things are in their place, wherever that place might be, and our home expresses our self-identity, well-being is most likely to be present. Now, I consider myself to be an extremely organized person, so I definitely was able to identify an area in my room that did not reflect my self-identity. And I'm going to take you guys to the Cabinet of Doom. You see that it's already poking out? Well, please don't judge me, or feel free to judge me. It cannot even open. This is my cabinet full of tops and going out tops, summer tops, camisoles, and everything in between you can find here. I'm broadcasting to you live from the drawer of shame. But don't be frightened, my children. In a couple of hours, I'm going to show you how this drawer has transformed into a clean, tidy, and a very relaxing space for my summer tops. Even though it's winter and I'm not going to be wearing these anytime soon, it doesn't hurt to give these babies a comfortable space to hibernate. And you might wonder, Margot, why not clean up this entire cabinet with 6 drawers all at once and just get it over with, rip the band-aid off? Well, honestly, I don't feel like I'm ready to rip this band-aid off just yet. I feel like 1 drawer is plenty for today because it's going to take me forever since I'm a hoarder and I have an emotional attachment to literally every single item that is in this drawer. I'm also going to be attempting to sell all of the stuff that I don't need on Vinted or donate it to a charity shop. So hopefully in a couple of hours, I'm going to be having a full bag of clothing to give away. Yay! So I just emptied out my entire summer top cabinet, and I just can't believe that this fits into all of that. I mean, it didn't really fit into all of that, but I was able to close the drawer, so I guess it kind of did. I'm going to attempt to try on every single top and decide if I want to keep it or not. And then I feel like that's the approach we're going to do. Numero uno. So this is the first category. I think we're going to do all of the oversized t-shirts first. Just like this one. I got this one from Zara more than 8 to 10 years ago, I would say. And I only wear it when I clean with bleach or my roommate dyes my hair. So I think this is a keeper since we need clothes that we can get dirty and not care about if they get ruined. So I think this is a keeper. This is another one of said oversized t-shirts from the same category. And you can see that there I've already used it to bleach stuff with. But this one I think I'm gonna throw out because I could find a reason to keep every single item in my closet, as I told you guys before. So this one we're gonna throw out just for the hell of it, just to be a bit crazy. We're gonna throw this one out. And this one I think we'll be putting in the trash pile since there's bleach stains on it. I don't think this is appropriate to donate or to sell on Vinted unless I'm selling it for 15 cents. But that would be ridiculous. So I'm gonna put this one in a trash pile. The second category is going to be non-oversized t-shirts and crop tops, like this one. So this one is a special one to me because my mom gave it to me and it's from the 90s. It's a vintage piece. I don't know if pieces from the 90s are considered vintage, but let's just go with it. But I really like this one, and in summertime I do wear it a lot and I grab for it a lot. So definitely gonna be keeping this one also for sentimental reasons. I feel like I'm on such a roll and this is going way smoother than I anticipated, but let's not be too arrogant because anything could happen and things could go horribly wrong. This is another item that my mom gave to me, which I'm definitely keeping. I wore it a few times this summer to go to festivals and just when the weather was nice and hot. And I really like the flower print and the little cutout in the front. So I'm going to be keeping this for now. Unfortunately, the time has come to throw out one of my mom's t-shirts. So this one is... First of all, it's like a bit underwhelming, and I feel like I have plenty of basic t-shirts that are white. If I wear like a basic tee, I wouldn't go for this light blue. Plus, it has a few stains. I don't think you can see them on camera. I'll just come closer. I don't know if you saw that, but it has a few stains and I don't wear it. I always tend to just ignore it when I'm looking for a basic t-shirt. So we're gonna throw this one out, you guys. Unfortunately, rest in peace t-shirt. You have been loved. The next category is tops, tank tops without sleeves. I have 3 tops similar to this one. So no, 2. I have 3 total of this genre, and I'm going to be keeping all of them because I wear them all the time in the summer. It's my go-to. I could wear a little cardigan over it or put it under a dress or anything. So I'm gonna be keeping this top. I'm not even gonna attempt to try it on. It was already way too small for me when I got it 2 years ago or 3 years ago, and I was definitely a couple of pounds lighter back then. So I don't think I'm gonna be able to fit this anymore, and I didn't fit the top even back then. So this one is going on the selling on Vinted pile, I think, for now. It's super, super adorable. I wish I could keep it, but alas. Next up is this black top. I think it looks cute, but I just don't grab it anymore. I feel like it's just such an underwhelming item, and I genuinely never ever wear it. If I need a black kind of even top without any print on it, I would just grab something else out of my closet. So this one is going in the Vinted pile because it's in pretty good condition and pretty good shape. Guys, you are currently looking at the very last item of my drawer. I'm very, very proud of myself that I've gotten this far because I've never ever done such an extensive closet cleanup. But yes, this piece holds a lot of memories. It used to be one of my go-to party tops in uni, but I just feel like it's had its best time by now. It doesn't feel that great to wear. Like, the fabric isn't super comfortable. It has these little loose seams on it. I don't like the rib fabric. I don't like the one sleeve. I'm hot or cold, like if I'm cold, I'll wear a long sleeve. If I'm hot, I'll wear a short sleeve. I don't feel like I'm interested in this particular arrangement anymore, and that on its own is enough reasons to get rid of it. So we're gonna say goodbye to this piece and wish it a beautiful life with the next owner, because this one's going on Vinted, you guys. Okay, so this is the final result. We have created 3 piles. The first pile being the keep pile, the biggest pile. The last pile there is the throwaway pile, and this pile is the Vinted pile. So I feel like, I haven't gotten rid of that many items, but it's a start. It's definitely a start. And now I need to, of course, fold all of them and put them back in the drawer. But I won't stop until that boy is mine. Okay, everyone. So the moment we've all been waiting for, the finished summer top drawer. It's still not perfect. I realized that, but it's much, much better than before. We've created 4 sections. Number 1, tops without sleeves. The first pile, tops without sleeves. The second pile, t-shirts with short sleeves. And then t-shirts with long sleeves are like kind of rolled up here. I'm kind of proud of what I've accomplished just in one afternoon. And I can feel that my mental health has improved. And of course, I had to whip out Google Scholar again, because why would just cleaning up my wardrobe help my mental health in the long run? And this time around, I found a very, very pertinent article about neighborhood nature, doses of neighborhood nature, the benefits for mental health of living with nature. Basically, this article looks at the effects of the amount of green that we have in the area where we live, and especially in urban environments. And talking about urban environments, I live in the capital of Belgium, Brussels, which is not specifically known for being the greenest or most nature-filled capital in the world. It's not the worst, but this is what it looks like. It's a bit gray. It's just a concrete jungle, basically, like most big cities. Now, what was really interesting was that the economic cost of anxiety and mood disorders, such as depression, have been estimated at more than 187 billion euros per year, and that is for Europe alone. Now, this has been attributed mainly to the fact that we are living in more and more urban environments, and that our personal connection to nature and natural environments are unfortunately dwindling. Now, as you can see, this tree is very sad because he misses us. And this is a depiction of me looking at beautiful nature on my computer screen instead of going out and experiencing it. Now, multiple studies over the years have shown that interactions with nature promote psychological restoration, as well as improve our mood and our focus and concentration. Now, even though this study is more about neighborhood nature and not nature in general, I do think that we can draw a parallel and kind of generalize that being surrounded by nature is very good for us. So what can we conclude after scanning through this academic paper? Even very small amounts of neighborhood nature can improve our mental health drastically. So there was only one option left for me to do, and that was put on my hiking boots and go into nature and find out myself if it really is as good as they say it is, because let's be honest, there's about 5 trees in my street, and I don't think that's what they mean with neighborhood nature. The first thing that came to mind in Brussels is a big and beautiful park called Terkamerenbos, or Bois de la Cambre in French. I've been many times. It is absolutely stunning, but I think that I could do better. So Terkamerenbos, the park, is the pre-forest, or like kind of the introduction, if you will, to a huge ancient forest that has big, amazing, huge trees. And that is Zonienwoud, or Forêt de Soigne. I had been once before on a hike with my friends, and I absolutely loved it, so I thought, this is amazing. It is just a short tram ride from my house, and this is what it looks like. I don't think it gets any better or greener than this, that close to the capital of the country. So we put on our hiking boots. With me, I mean me and my roommate, who's also my best friend. Here we are walking, being cute, and I don't know what the camera did there, but it was in between plants and herbs. Oh, and here we saw some huge mushrooms growing on a dead tree trunk. Here there's some even bigger mushrooms, which in a minute you can see my hand next to it. Like, the size of this mushroom is, I could just not fathom it. I was starstruck. On this piece of the trail, we almost fell a couple of times because the stones are very wet and slippery because of the rain that had fallen the day before. As you can see, we did a lot of contemplating. My friend here decided to just lay in the grass and stare at the trees, which I can't blame her. I think I joined her a bit later on. In general, this little hike that we did was amazing. It was so beautiful. Just being in such a green environment did wonders for my mental health. I cannot even explain it, but the next day, the whole week after, I felt so much more energized and focused while I was at work. We even saw some super cute sheep here. I think it's safe to say that being in nature worked wonders, and also the closet cleanup did wonders for my mental health, and I think the glow up has been a success. So I'm going to end the video here, and I would love to thank you guys for watching.